pipe smokers. Thank you for visiting my channel. And as you might have noticed by the card on the video, I'm going to be comparing and contrasting two blends that I typically don't get into anyway, which is kind of interesting. And again, it's probably not something I should be doing anyway, because I don't have much of a palate, I don't think, in terms of tobacco. Being able to distinguish flavors and all this kind of stuff. It seems like a lot of the stuff that I do stretches for description. But, in any case, occasionally I may do a comparison between two blends that are pretty similar, I guess. So we'll call this series Tobacco Royale, if it indeed becomes a series, which means that eventually I got to do 3, maybe. I don't know what makes a series. Like a streak has to be more than 1, right? So a series may be 3 or more. So in this little taster, corn cob, I have Cornell & Deal's Autumn Evening. And in this one, I have Country Squire's Second Breakfast. And this isn't necessarily to say which one's better, although I'll definitely have my opinion on that. But maybe to get a discussion going about how bad my palate is, how much I don't know. But just kind of challenge the mind and the developing the palate, which maybe this is part of the exercise for me. I am almost exclusively non-aromatic. Like many, I started off in aromatics, but quickly got clued into the fact that, any tongue bite issues that I have are probably because I smoke too quickly or pull too hard, and also aromatics can contribute that. So I stopped smoking aromatics, got rid of a lot of them, and lo and behold, gone. That said, I have kept a few around. And those specifically being the 3 aromatics from the Country Squire, because that are in their Middle Earth blends, because I actually enjoyed those. And not that I didn't enjoy the other aromatics, but I don't like having my tongue feel like it's falling off. So, in any case, so with this Cornell & Deal, the Autumn Evening, I actually got this, won a GAW, from Wilson, the Spurgeon Piper, and he sent me nearly a full jar of this stuff, which is fine. I was very generous. I was not. I was thinking it was going to be like maybe an ounce and a half, maybe. It took a whole jar, probably upwards of 3.5 ounces. So So thank you, Wilson, first of all, if you're watching. And I remember shooting him an email afterwards, after I had tried it, and I'm like, that's not too bad, and I'm going to really have to compare this with Second Breakfast, and so here we go. So both of these blends are good on the retrohale. They're gentle, and they're both good quality tobaccos. In the description on tobacco reviews for Autumn and Evening, it's described it's blended with Cavendish and vanilla or Virginia, and quite a diverse array of flavorings: fruit, citrus, rum, maple, sweet, so sugar. Quite a lot going on into the development of this blend. And it comes in, the typical Cornell and Deal tins. You may be able to get it in bulk. I'm not sure. Probably can. You can do a lot of their stuff in bulk. But I'm sitting here tasting this, and obviously the sweetness is prevalent. And I think you lose probably a lot of the natural tobacco taste. I mean, you do that naturally anyway with an aromatic, but you lose a lot of the natural tobacco taste when you when you top it with a lot of stuff, I think. And if the ingredients that are listed on tobacco reviews are right, there's a bunch of stuff, with the fruit, citrus, maple, rum. It said whiskey, so I think there's a debate whether or not it's whiskey or rum. Not sure. And overall, it got rated a 2.8 out of 4, which is probably pretty good for aromatics, I'm sure. Because you will have a lot of those aromatic haters sometimes get on there and bring down the score a bit. I don't know. I'm not familiar enough. I could be talking out of the wrong end here. But this is a good fall blend. It is a full flavor. I have trouble distinguishing the maple out of this, and the citrus. I think there's quite a bit of fruit with it, but I think the citrus and maybe the maple kind of counter each other. Again, I'm not totally sure. And you can feel free to criticize my critique down in the comments below. But I would these fall blends, I was I was expecting a little bit more maple out of this. At least that's the impression that I got. I think fall, and if I think some type of, blend that signifies fall, maple's a pretty good hit for me. And I won't, I'm an anti-pumpkin guy, so I won't touch those. But in any case, it's worth a try. It really is, especially if you're someone who enjoys aromatics. As I recall, I enjoyed their Christmas blend this year a lot better than this. But I think it was a little bit more natural tasting, if I recall right. So, Now, second breakfast. When I try this, I'm getting more distinct flavors. I probably should have cleansed my palate first, but in any case, the Tobacco Reviews says there's Black Cavendish, regular Cavendish, and Virginia with this blend. And it actually got rated a 3.8, which is gangbusters high for almost any blend, really. And the flavoring seems to be a lot simpler with this blend, maple and vanilla. And vanilla would be another one of those kind of fallish like flavors that I would anticipate. And you can only get this in bulk from Country Squire. But the flavors are very distinct in this one, and you can pull the vanilla, you can pull the maple, and I think that's just because it's not nearly as busy as with all the topping as you do have with Autumn Evening. And for me, that makes it quite a bit more enjoyable. And again, and both are good quality tobaccos. Cornell and Deal doesn't make a non-quality tobacco. Let's be real about this. This isn't some, no offense to anybody who works for them, but this isn't some super value bag you get at the drugstore. But yeah, but again, the flavors again more distinct. It's simpler. I think it's well worth the rating. I tend not to rate tobaccos. I just kind of I have aromatics on a different plane level than I do with non-aromatics. I think necessarily so. When you're comparing apples and oranges, it's good to rate them separately. Yeah, I just pick up a little bit more maple with this one, and it does feel like a nice fall breakfast kind of blend to sit down and you sit down with a plate full of pancakes. That's kind of what it reminds me of. And that's always going to take me back and take me back to thinking about those breakfasts where Mom would make pancakes on a Saturday or something like that. And, where you get up, you put on your flannel and nice chill morning, you get a nice hot breakfast. The only thing missing between now and back then was the pipe, because I wasn't pipe smoking when I was 8 years old. But it's a nice relaxing blend to kind of just get the mind set to a simpler time. So between the two, my clear vote is for second breakfast. Um, I I think it's just a really, really good blend. And once you get beyond the flavors of the maple and the vanilla, you still have that tobacco taste that's in there. That it isn't overpowered, and it doesn't necessarily leave this uh, sense that a lot of aromatic tobaccos do. Once you get through the topping, the flavors tend to dissipate in general, period, which is my experience with them. I know some other people say it's like it just leaves an astringent taste. I really don't know how to define that. Um, I imagine it's probably unpleasant for them. But second breakfast for me is the better blend. Um, and again, that's not trying to take anything away from autumn evening. Um, but it was interesting to do this comparison, and I'll be interested to kind of do comparisons with other similar styles of tobacco. Um, maybe one with skiff mixture and early morning pipe would be an interesting one, since those are both light morning style smokes, or ones that you could do light morning style smokes. Not sure what H.H. Rustica would do a battle with. It's kind of a unique one. I don't know that I could. Maybe Bold Kentucky. Not sure. Good comparison would be H.H. Bold Kentucky and Orlick's equivalent. I haven't had that one yet either. But in any case, so they're both worth a try. And how much of them I would smoke, I'm, again, not being an aromatic guy, I'm just really not going to. Count your blessings, brothers and sisters. Be thankful. And when that's all said and done, grace and peace to you.